if you're not getting bookings, but you're on bigger labels, there's one of two things that's happening. One, your music's not resonating, or two, you're not on social media enough. You haven't got enough of a presence.
I'm glad you said that second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the presence, to be honest, this is the era we're in. The presence is more important than the music. It just is. Branding is bigger. You know, Marshmello's written hits, absolute hits. But I guarantee he could have been a big brand without any hits. He's so good at branding. He could have just been a guy that doesn't release any music and he'll just be everywhere. He was that good at branding. So these days, branding is more important. So you need to be more of a presence on social media. Unless you're someone like Versa who just has a hit and it just works. You know,
but his brand is really dynamic too with the construction theme.
Yeah, but he has a theme and he has a whole thing. But if you watch, he's actually not that much on social media. So he's not getting away with it, but he's surviving quite well with just doing music and doing these shows and stuff. But you have to be a big brand presence, man. You have to network just by tweeting people and stuff, you know? So, yeah. FBI. I can't see a fucking thing. Holy shit.
I don't know how you perform in that thing, man.
I get struggling massively.
Well, good thing we only need your voice for this one.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries.
But literally though, how do you perform in that mask? Like,
it's a struggle, can't lie. I have fallen over a lot of stuff in my time.
That's so funny.
It'd be quite annoying, I can't lie, but I'd rather it look cool with black eyes than you can see my eyes like looking around like a weirdo.
Totally. Well, we have several questions about the mask. The people did not hold back.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, people are very curious. That's for sure.
Okay.
So just so we have it on record here. So where are you tuning in from?
I'm from the United Kingdom, all the way from the south by the beach in a place called Bournemouth. If you like soccer, as the Americans would say.
Oh, yeah.
You know where I'm from. If you don't like soccer, you have no idea where I'm from, to be honest.
So who's your team then?
My team is Manchester United, but I also support Bournemouth because I've lived here, but I'm in deep pain because my team sucks right now. There you go.
Yeah, relatable. We get the Broncos over here with American football. So
wait, hold on. Isn't the Broncos the one the Simpsons used to always make fun of, or is that the Browns?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
pretty sure. I don't know anything about football, but I know that the Simpsons used to make fun of either the Broncos or the Browns. I forget who it is, but didn't Homer like buy the Broncos or something and they were in his front yard or something? Yeah.
Not the Broncos. Yep.
It's
They're
terrible.
easy to make fun of.
Are they any better these days or?
Nah.
No, I mean, they're getting worse.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We'll leave it at that.
But hey, at least we have the Nuggets, we have the Abs. Rockies, they're okay, but
the Rockies aren't very good. We've never won a championship.
Wait, what's the Rockies?
Baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, baseball. Okay, yeah. No, I don't know too much about baseball.
Yeah. You know, it's fun to have a beer at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to a basketball game once. I saw the Celtics versus the Mavericks.
Okay. Yeah,
I got
Celtics
really
are
drunk
big.
and I just started shouting defense constantly and everyone was looking like, what the fuck is he doing? I was like, defense! Defense! No reason.
They're like, who's this foreigner?
Yeah.
What are you doing with all your free time now that the shows are done?
Finishing music, man. I've been slacking on the music. The releases need to be coming, man, and they are. The 5-track EP just dropped and I've got a lot more music coming. It's nice. I've been away for a hell of a long time. I could I think about 2 months ago I was on a 2-month run in the USA, so as much as I love writing music on my laptop, I just can't finish it, man. It's not like I have a studio here which is all big and loud and crazy, which is much more fun for me to write music in, so I always finish music in there basically.
Yeah, I actually saw you, I think we met at Lost Lands backstage with Phase One.
Oh, right, okay. What, just before I was about to play?
Right after, I think, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, you would have seen me in my most sweaty, horrible state.
I know, it's funny because every time our DJ friends come off stage, like I want to be like, hey, congrats, like give them a hug. But then I always have to stop myself because they're soaking in sweat.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not only that, it's the fact that like for me especially, because I'm sweating really heavily with everything I'm wearing. Also, the mask like holds in all the heat and the sweat. So I'm like overheating madly. Plus, I've been doing this the whole time on stage. So
cardio for an hour.
I'm all like dizzy and stuff. So yeah, I always get a little bit like spaced out for the first 5-10 minutes after a set. But
Were you happy with how that B2B went?
Yeah, apart from the fact that the CDJ exploded while we were playing.
Dude, right? I got a video of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty certain the CDJ overheated. Apparently it happened on a bunch of stages, but it overheated on stage and it was just started glitching out. So we had to get it swapped out. But apart
you
from
guys
that,
were laying down like a filthy double or something.
No, I was just playing a brand new murder dub plate, and that was
murder.
It was a murder dub plate to set it off.
Was it not the one you just dropped on DPMO?
No, that's Ryut. The new murder dub plate I just dropped is not even on his EP coming. So
it's very rare.
Yeah. No, murder is that's going to be another topic. But murder is fully back right now, and he's with us.
Yes, we love that shit.
My guy.
Yeah, we need to arrest him as soon as possible.
Yeah, no, I can sort that out for you guys. No problem. No problem.
Ooh, okay. We got a helper over here, an agent on duty over in the UK.
I can bring in some DPMO boys to make sure they get arrested. You know, I'll be a snitch. No worries. It's a problem.
You and Sweet Tooth can help us.
Oh God, yeah.
Shout out Sweet Tooth. Nice. Wait, so what day do you play Apocalypse? Because I'm going to be there.
25th.
Shit.
Wait, is it over multiple days? I think it is, isn't it? We don't know anything as artists. I can't lie.
Yeah, so it's Friday and Saturday. So I'm only going that Friday, the 24th.
I'm thinking Saturday. Yeah. So there.
Shit. Well,
of course you are. You saw me on the lineup on the Saturday. We're like, fuck that day. That fucking sucks.
You did that purposefully, Yessie.
This Mass Boy is playing. So yeah, we're missing that day.
The hatred is horrible. I hate it.
What are your thoughts on like the US in general though? Like what are some
in what sense
here?
Because I get asked this a lot from people around the world, and people always ask me stuff like, what's the difference between like Europe and America? When people say like, what's your thoughts on America? Like in what sense?
Just the culture, like the music scene, you know, the people. Like I'm just curious to hear like your thoughts on what the scene is like playing here versus in Europe.
It's extremely different. Like the European market, and that includes England now. The Great Britain, because obviously we're not in Europe anymore.
That's right.
It's very, very different. Like in the earlier old school dubstep days, people in Europe or in the UK shows, they would just be like hoods up, like looking down, you know, just enjoying themselves. It was never about the DJ really. The DJ has been a lot more put on a pedestal over the years, I think, and I think that's the American culture side of it. So I think it was more about the dingy dark lights, the clubs that are sweaty, all that sort of stuff. And you come to America and everything's been blown up, and it's lights and lasers and smoke and explosions and fireworks and everything you can imagine to make the show way more grand. And that's kind of the difference. It's like dark and dingy underground, and then suddenly you go to America and it's like a huge party. So in terms of shows, that's the difference. And obviously there's a lot more festivals over here. Here I'm not even in America, but over in America there's more festivals. I think people wise, I think they're just very different. Like the Americans are a lot more invested in the DJ itself. They again, the whole pedestal thing. It's like you know, some people look up to artists like they're gods in America,
like idolizing them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that happens obviously in Europe, obviously, but way less. They're just there and they'll support and they'll be like, "That was sick," and then they'll go home and talk about it, and then they get on with their week. But like in America, they'll talk about it for weeks, months. Tweeting,
get tattoos with the logos.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's way less cultural in Europe. So
I've also noticed like the plur culture is different. I feel like in America there's the candy trading, like, you know, the plur where you wear the furry boots and like all of that. I haven't seen that as much at the shows I've gone to in Europe. We don't really have it. It's only that's an American, as far as I know, it's an American created culture that was kind of spilled out into parts of the world. So but I don't think the Europeans really practice plur, to be honest. I've never seen a European with like a big perler necklace. No, and even if they do, it's because they're either visiting from America, or they want it to be part of the American culture. But it's not really a European thing. Yeah, when I went to Amsterdam Music Festival a few years ago, one thing I loved is that like I remember turning around and seeing like people like in their 40s, 50s, like much older crowds, but it was a blend of like young people, older people, and like here in America, you don't really see that. It's obviously like, oh my God, you're 30 and you're going to a rave. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's very frowned upon here. I think that twins with the American culture side of things, where Americans are really driven by image. So like when you go to American shows, it's a lot more. In the old UK raving days, this was the same thing, but people would go out dressed in furry, and you know, there's a lot of girls that like go out in like naked with a cross on their nipple and stuff like that. You know, like, it's crazy. Pretty much. But no, this is the culture and the whole thing about image and attention and things like that. Everyone kind of suffers from it in this more modern generation because of TikTok and Instagram stuff. But that's kind of like, it's really prominent in music these days. And I don't know. I think
I don't know. It's fine. It's just part of life. But I've come from an era where that wasn't a thing. So for me, it's like adjusting to it. Yeah.
Did you ever get into the like UK hardcore, happy hardcore vibes? Did you ever listen to that?
Is this from research, or are you just asking in general?
Well, so we do artist management on the side, and one of our artists named Hartshorn, he does UK hardcore, happy hardcore.
Okay.
And so I figured I would just ask you because we were talking about like the throwback Candy Kids.
Okay, well, that's funny you mentioned that because I thought you asked out of research, but my mum used to be a happy hardcore DJ.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wait!
Yeah, so my mum was a well-known DJ back in the day. She used to do residencies for like, an event called Tasmania.
Oh, cool!
So I came from my mum DJing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I learned and started, just from my mum. But I did my first ever time I ever touched vinyl was DJing happy hardcore, Stormtrooper recording stuff. So yeah, that was my first entry, but I didn't like the music. I just did it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
D&B was my first entry into the love of EDM in some way. So
yeah. Oh, that's so cool that your mom did it. I feel like it's kind of rare to have like the big female artists, but having your mom do it, like what an inspiration.
The thing is as well is my mum never got out of the UK when it came to like touring and stuff. She was a UK inside only thing because I mean happy hardcore was only really a UK thing at the time anyway, to be honest. So she never got out of the country, and she was mainly a resident in this one event. So yeah, I mean she was only a DJ. She didn't produce, and then someone else her name was DJ Vortex.
Okay.
Back then, and then a producer called DJ Vortex started making waves, and she had to change her name. It's some crazy thing, and then she changed to drum and bass jungle, and then she lost her name, and it just the whole thing crumbled. But yeah, it's like weird you mention happy hardcore because obviously that's an old school thing. So.
Dude, I would have had to do a deep rabbit hole of research to find that out. Like I would have been researching for nights and nights.
I mean, I mentioned my mum being an old school DJ and doing like happy hardcore stuff. Well, maybe I haven't mentioned happy hardcore, but yeah, she's a DJ stuff. Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, yeah, I definitely did some of my research because obviously like you've done some interviews in the past and obviously we don't want the content to be repetitive and asking the same questions that you get asked all the time. But
for sure, yeah.
I thought it was
Which is a good thing, by the way. It's a good thing. As a guy who's done about 1 million interviews, it's a very good thing that you're trying to change it, which is good.
Yeah. And I mean, the biggest thing about this podcast too is just like, it's just very casual. We just kind of just shoot the shit, just talk about like what's going on, like what do you got coming up, and
yeah, for sure.
Not make it so like, all right, we got this list of questions. Only when it comes to submitted questions, of course.
Yeah.
Which we got like 100 of them.
Ask anything. Go away. Let's go. Let's fly.
Yeah, no, but I mean, shit, we got so many questions here though. But before we get into that, I'm just curious to hear more about DPMO actually.
Yeah.
And just so we have it on record, what does DPMO stand for?
Stands for Don't Piss Me Off, which is a double meaning. It means don't make me angry, obviously. But also in England, it means don't make me laugh. So it's kind of like, it's a double thing. So you can have the angry side of dubstep and the more like fun side of dubstep, which I haven't really showcased as much yet because I'm trying to build a cult, essentially, a cult following with this label. So we're trying to make sure we have the right following, and then we're going to start introducing more stuff. So I've just signed a track by a guy called Claybrook. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's got this really cool track, which is like I guess it's like old school Rusco, but in a really funky way. I can't really explain it. Like there's no one really making that sound in this way. Like you've got people that do Rusco-esque stuff, I guess like Dirt Monkey and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm trying to find some stuff that's going to like throw a spanner in the works of DPMO at some point.
That's super cool. I just looked him up. He seems pretty underground still, so it's awesome that you're putting those kinds of artists on. I
mean, it's DPMO as a brand came from so FISO was kind of the first thing that made me want to do DPMO, because like when you think of like talent these days, the talent pool is insane. There's so many artists that are amazing. Back in the earlier days, there were some good artists, some really amazing artists, but they were all signed. And there was some artists that I found that weren't signed and they weren't being released on any labels. So when I found FISO in the early days, no one was really representing them at all. Like I used to intro all my sets with Jotaro when no one knew what Jotaro was, or Jotaro, whatever you want to call it. And I used to intro my sets with it. And then, fast forward it to going out, being an anthem, Marshmello's dropping it, like Coachella and stuff. So it's like, what the fuck? But the reason for DPMO is that I was frustrated that these artists didn't have a platform. So I wanted to be like, why are these labels not taking these artists on? So I was like, fuck it, let's create another platform. And obviously this was in a weird transition period because Never Say Die were kind of, I guess, on the down, because Schism had kind of stepped away a little bit. He's got more family life in Australia. I don't really know the Never Say Die story, I can't lie, but from what I see and what I know that Never Say Die were kind of in this weird transition where they got a new team and all that sort of stuff. So it wasn't anything to do with like, right, I'm going to fill the hole, because that's never been that case. But I knew that that we needed more places for artists to have a platform for their music. FISO was the reason for that. And then DPMO came, and then we're doing all right. But
what year did you found it in?
So 2016, I had the idea. 2017, we released the first compilation, which headline FISO with Paris song.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we've been going since then. But we turned it into a proper label in 2019, end of 2019.
Okay, gotcha.
Just before COVID. So yeah, it was originally a compilation, which I wanted to do because in drum and bass there's a compilation called it's by Andy C called Nightlife. And it was kind of the compilation to go to for for plates and stuff like that. So we wanted to be that kind of thing, but as soon as we turned into a record label, it kind of blew everything up. But DPMO as a whole for me was something I wanted to be like. You don't have to have a following, you don't have to have a social media presence, you don't have to have a management, nothing. Just give me music. If it's sick, it goes out. And that's how it works.
Exactly.
And it's working because people like Versa. I found Versa.
Oh my gosh, he
had 34 combined followers on all of his social medias.
Wow.
I have the chills from you saying that.
That's insane.
Yeah, we just saw him last weekend perform. His set was one of the best sets of the weekend. They always are.
But he came from absolutely nowhere. And it turns out he was called Deadbeat back in the day as well. Like before Versa, we had to change his name obviously because of Zed's dead. But like, he was called Deadbeat, and he sent me an email to the DPMO email. There was no text, no bio. No, I think you'll like this. No text, no nothing. No, not even a title. It was literally just the email and just a link. And I was like, what's this?
Wow.
And then I heard the pit and I was like, whoa, who's this? And
that's wild.
He's been doing lessons with Samplifier.
So
that's where he came from.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's how we feel.
So Versa for me is the perfect DPMO story, from being absolutely nothing to being where he is now. He's headlining shows and playing at most festivals. So proud moment.
Yeah, we love Versa. And Kevin Connor, shout out to him, right?
Hey, my guy, Kevin. My guy.
He's the boy.
He's the best. And like Sweet Tooth, obviously, like that whole team is just awesome.
Fuck that. Fuck Sweet Tooth, dude.
Yeah, fuck Sweet Tooth.
Fuck that guy.
He's on the run right now.
I'm going to arrest his ass at Apocalypse, and that way he's going to have to like try and double while he's handcuffed. So
I mean, you better get some strong handcuffs. That guy's getting tanky right now.
Yeah, dude.
You have not seen our handcuffs.
Okay, fair enough. Are they covered in fur? Are they covered in fur?
American grade.
I know, I don't have them with me.
Freedom cuffs.
Freedom cuffs.
No, that's super cool. Like the story of like why you founded DPMO, because that's pretty aligned with our mission here at DUBSTEP FBI, because there's a lot of artists. Like there's not really any platforms out there that are really showcasing the bass music scene, dubstep, rhythm, and like
the underground.
Like the true underground. Yeah, exactly. So
there was no official home for certain styles, though. I feel like Never Say Die was a mishmash at one point. Disciple was signing everybody at that point, and it was like there was no definitive home for certain styles of music. Like when you think of rhythm, who are your like definitive? Let's say 3 labels of rhythm. I mean, Roundtable. Roundtable have rhythm on it, but it's not a rhythm label. When you think about a rhythm label, when you think about how big rhythm is, what's the home of rhythm? I think Savage Society, and that's it. I can't think of anything else. Yeah. So why is that when this is such a popular genre?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
And that's exactly why DPMO exists. Like we need a platform. So,
it's the year of rhythm, though. I feel like it's blowing up right now.
Yeah, I hope so.
So.
I mean, it really is. That's like all the content that our fans want. Literally, anything that's rhythm related, it blows up on our platform.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's such a good for me, rhythm is like the house of dubstep. It's like that simple. It's repetitive. It does the same thing, but it doesn't matter. Like people in house don't moan about how there's the same kick pattern. It's just what it is. That's the style. So you go and enjoy it, and you love it. And if you get bored of it, then you move on.
What I like about it is even though you have a rhythm artist maybe playing in Denver, like his set in Denver is going to be different. Maybe he'll double something different with another song, and like you'll never get like the same exact set, really.
Yeah. To be honest, most rhythm artists are the best DJs because they're the ones who care the most about how they want their set to sound, because they know it's all quarter notes, so they have to make it impressive aside of the music, because most of the music, not in an old man miserable way, it's not the same, but what I'm saying is it's the same-ish style. So you have to have that DJing skill to make it a big grand event. So most of the people that you think of, like I think someone like Hamro, for instance, his mixes are insane.
Yes.
I love his
Blank Face, even Sweet Tooth's got some mad mixes, but he's not technically rhythm. So like when you think of these people, they're trying to make rhythm, but they're trying to do a grand show at the same time, So it makes total sense.
Even like Sanzu, Victim, like those guys have been killing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Yeah.
You agree.
Cool. Well, we have a lot of questions to get into from all of the Instagram followers.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Yeah, so I'm going to jump right in. We have iamphocust, and he's asking high knees or Gun Fingaz?
Gun Fingaz, man, come on.
Hey,
high
Can you
knees
show
at
us
my
your
age.
gun
No, I'm
fingers?
joking. It's always about the gun fingers, man. Every video you see me, I'm doing this. That's why my shoulder's blown out, because I'm just doing this constantly.
Do you need Tommy John surgery or what?
Maybe. I get massages every week these days because I'm not getting any younger, but yeah, fuck it. It's all good.
Yeah.
We're out here.
Shit, I need that. We're always over here headbanging, and I'm like, shit, why does my neck hurt? Or like,
Hey, I'm telling you, man,
shoulders.
it's a life changer to get massages. I'm telling you, trust me.
Yeah, need to
That's
get a
our cue,
subscription,
Yessie. Yep, I'm down.
All right, next one here. Not Skrillex. How many masks have you gone through since the start of the project?
2009, I started. I had one stolen in Bristol
Ooh,
at a show.
a bandit.
Yeah, and I remember that quite well because I had artists like watching like Jake's, for instance. I had people like Jake's literally on forums and looking around on like Bristol Facebooks in case someone was trying to sell it. It's like,
oh my gosh.
no one found it. It was never found. It's probably thrown in the bin or something. But yeah, got one stolen. I was on a tour with That Sick in 2013. That got stolen mid-tour, which is pretty annoying because I had to play like 7 shows without the mask, and I hate that.
Oh hell no! You feel naked probably.
Yeah, and then I've probably I've got one which I think's missing, but it's like in my house or in storage or something. So there's 3. That's from the original mask, and then this mask I've got 2. And I've only been wearing this one currently until this dies a painful death. I have to wear the next one. But
so you have a backup.
Yeah, I have a backup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you make the masks yourself?
No, so these masks, I designed it, but these masks are made by a movie studio in the UK called Pinewood Studios. They do like Harry Potter and James Bond, Iron Man, Star Wars, like yeah.
So it's so legit.
The same teams who do that, sort of stuff made this mask, and yeah, they weren't cheap for what they are, but
oh no,
yeah, they're well made. So yeah,
that's cool.
Interesting.
Mauricehuszti is asking, what is the most cringe thing a fan has done?
Is that even a fair question? Even if it's cringe to me, like it's someone's life, man. Like really, I don't know. I mean, I could tell you that we have a thing. So before Funtcase, this is the most cringe thing I can remember in terms of before Funtcase. I think it's unfair to say something's cringe when someone might like it. You know, I think I might tell you something before I was Funtcase. When I was in a band, called Turnbuckle Treachery. I was mid-show, guest playing guitar, and I was playing, and something hit me in the head and fell on the floor, and it was a cup of noodles. And it was because I once said on MySpace, because that's how old it was, that I liked this thing in England called pot noodle, which is like kind of like Nissin noodles sort of thing. And someone apparently won a lifetime supply, and they brought one to the show and threw them at me. So it hit me in the head, and they were just like, "Yeah!" And I was
That's like throwing tomatoes, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no, they were a big fan, but I was just like, "Why would you throw noodles at me mid-set when I'm trying to be entertaining?"
But were they cooked?
No, it was just a pot. You have to open it up and pour hot water into it. So yeah. It wasn't cringe. It was just the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me, I guess. So.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like, thank you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, you could give it to me like after the show, not hit me in the head while I'm trying to be like cool, you know.
Points for creativity, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next one here. So we got 2 people who literally asked the exact same question, and they're our friends, Austin Childers and Ben. He's on our street team. So how often do you wash the mask?
I get asked this quite a lot, but not in interviews actually. It depends. If I'm doing a big run of shows, let's say I play 2 or 3 shows a week, I usually wash it once a week.
Okay.
And I know it sounds horrendous because I sweat in it. After one show, it smells. Like there's no getting away from it smelling. To be honest, even when it's washed, people can smell it. It smells fresh to me, but other people are like, ugh. So
it's your brand, your scent.
Yeah. If I'm doing one show a week, and then like sometimes I'll wait like 2-3 weeks. I don't know, but it kind of like it's more when I notice how it smells rather than, you know, and I go a little bit nose blind, I guess, because I'm used to it. But I try not for it to stink because I don't want to go to shows and be like, hey, I'm playing after you. I don't know. Like Roscoe, hey, I'm playing after you, man. He's like, oh yeah.
You're known as the smelly DJ.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm always going to smell. It's obvious. I wear a mask. You know, every mask DJ has a stinky mask, but yeah.
So it's machine washable, or is it only hand washable?
Yes, you can throw it in a washing machine. That being said, I'm genuinely scared to throw it in a washing machine because I don't want it to shrink.
Oh yeah.
So I hand wash it in hand soap in a hotel sink every time. It takes about 2 hours to do it because when you scrub it, I leave it in I squeeze it out, and then all this brown grey shit comes out of it. It's obviously my sweat.
Wring her out.
Yeah, I wring it out, and then I leave it when it's been wringed out. I leave it in fresh hot water for about an hour, so that it just kind of, I don't know, just simmers, cooks to death, and gets
Boil
clean.
it.
And then I wring out again, and it's usually fine after that. And then when I have to dry it, I have to like dab it with towel so it dries out a little bit, and then I have to use a hairdryer, which takes about 30 minite. So I'm like,
I hate that.
So yeah, it's pretty
the whole
miserable
process, man.
Damn.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You can make a TikTok out of that.
I actually have.
Oh, you have? Okay, well,
there is a TikTok how to dry a mask. Yeah, there is one. Yeah.
Love that.
We're gonna have to dig through the archives for that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard. There's not many TikTok posts of mine, so yeah.
Kamasmusic is asking if you have any advice for producers who have big label releases but no booking agent yet.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? When you say big label releases, like, are we talking the biggest? Are we talking Disciple? You know, like if you're not getting bookings but you're on big labels, there's one of two things that's happening. One, your music's not resonating, or two, you're not on social media enough. You haven't got enough of a presence.
I'm glad you said that second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the presence, to be honest, this is the era we're in. The presence is more important than the music. It just is. Branding is bigger. You know, Marshmello's written hits, absolute hits. But I guarantee he could have been a big brand without any hits. He's so good at branding. He could have just been a guy that doesn't release any music and he'll just be everywhere. He was that good at branding. So these days, branding is more important. So you need to be more of a presence on social media. Unless you're someone like Versa who just has a hit and it just works, you know.
But his brand is really dynamic too with the construction theme.
Yeah, but he has a theme and he has a whole thing. But if you watch, he's actually not that much on social media. So he's not getting away with it, but he's surviving quite well with just doing music and doing these shows and stuff. But you have to be a big brand presence, man. You have to network just by tweeting people and stuff, you know. So yeah.
So yeah, unless you're Versa, then you have to have a huge social media presence.
Yeah. I mean, even Alex needs to step up his game, but yeah, in general, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad you said that though, because there's a lot of artists that constantly ask us like, hey, like I have these label releases or I have this collab with this person. And then, you know, you go on their social media and they're hardly ever posting. So it's like,
yeah, I mean, it isn't, this is one thing I don't think people realize is that listeners versus ticket buyers is very different. So you can have someone who sells pure tickets, but their numbers are low on Spotify. I generally actually don't have that many Spotify listeners. I have 92K, which obviously, you know, is good, but it's also terrible for my level. So I'm more of a ticket seller. So if you're doing the right moves, you're going to be selling tickets. That's the ultimate part of what you're doing, because we're never in a million years, unless you're selling 1 billion streams on Spotify, you're never going to make money off that crap. You're just not. So DJing and all that sort of stuff, and even things like syncs where you get tracks on like movies and stuff, but that's rare to happen. So it has to be from the DJing. So you have to be a bigger presence for the DJing to happen. So you could be like, I've got 16 releases on Subsidia, 14 releases on Disciple. You know, I've got a few DPMO, 1 NSD back in the day. It doesn't mean anything if you're quiet, if you're not in the limelight. You have to be in the limelight. And the only way to be in the limelight is to be physically in people's faces on social media. So, yeah.
Yeah. 2 more points on that too, just before we move on. Number one, it's like, you got to clap for yourself first, right? You got to be your own biggest supporter. Yep. And, you know, we always tell the artists that we manage, like, the more excited you are about your project, the more excited we're going to get about your project too.
Yeah. I mean, the more excited you are, the less you'll have chance of things like writer's block, you know? And also, if you're excited, that drives you to want to do stuff like posting on Instagram constantly and doing stories and stuff. But if you start losing that edge, you'll stop doing the things that matter in music. So,
yeah, good point.
Good topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Social media is always like kind of so for some people, I mean, it's kind of interesting because for us, I mean, DUBSTEP FBI wouldn't be where it is without social media, but we have so much fun with it because we're just always posting funny content. We're always elevating up and coming artists, you know, and helping them reach new supporters. But then for other people, it's like, oh, like I have to post about this show or I have to do this. And it's kind of like, you sound like you dread your project. Like Chrissy said, like, you don't sound excited. Like you should change your mindset and say, I get to do this. I get to play the show and I get to post about it. I get to get other people excited about my project. You know, it's just kind of like, there's a lot of different people who have different mindsets when it comes to that, especially social media.
But I feel like people that think that way also, they're also very extrovert in that opinion, and it bounces off on other people. And if other people feel that energy from you, they're not going to resonate too.
Agreed. Yeah, because they're like, oh, that person's always complaining, or that person's always negative.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You have to be a big ball of energy in every sense. Even if you're not, you have to be. If you want to be something in this game, you just have to be that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Next one here, Mr. Postmayne. When he does that thing with his hand, what is he imagining grabbing?
Everyone's like, "Are you grabbing a titty? Like, what are you doing?" No, it's just an angry claw. This was a complete, like, my whole career is an accident. I'm not joking. My music was an accident. I didn't even like dubstep when I first started making it, and it blew up. Like, I was into drum and bass only. Doing this, I did this once in a photo shoot, and it became a thing. My friend dared me to wear the mask on my first ever dubstep set. And it just stuck. Like,
you're glad he did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fuck yeah, because branding is the hardest thing in the world. So having something like this is much easier. So, but it's not. There's no grabbing. It's kind of like, it's just. For me, it's like how the music makes you feel. It's like.
There we go.
Anger,
Screen grab that.
It's that sort of like angry claw thing. Like, this music makes me feel like this. That's what it is. Yeah. There's no booby, no ass.
Piss me off.
The booby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't piss me off. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not grabbing anything. I can grab anything you want. It can be anything. You can Photoshop a booby.
Generative AI Photoshop.
Better. Yeah, exactly.
Let's see what Photoshop puts in there.
Put an asshole in that hand right there. There you go.
Oh man.
Wasn't your origination of Funtcase like you switched the F and the C?
Yes, that's something that people watching this, if you post this, will be like, "What? No, really?" People ask me. They're like, people will be like at parties and they'll be like, "I'm having an argument with someone. They don't think it's true. Is it true? Like, is it cunt face?" I'm like, "Yes, it is." Yeah.
Yep. For the record.
But it was all part of the whole. It was all part of the whole, like, my career being a joke thing. Like, it was like not a joke, like a coincidence. It was like, because I was drum and bass. I was trying to be DJ Dose back then. When I was creating a dubstep artist name, I only made dub plates for my friend who had a dubstep radio show, and I wasn't really into dubstep. He said, "Can you make me some dub plates just for fun for my show?" So I made Gorilla Flex, Sovex, 50 Caliber, and some other tracks for him, and gave them to him at his radio show, and it popped off. And he was like, "Mate, these are banging off. Like, you need to upload them." So I had to make a dubstep name. Like, and I was making up jokey names. There was Billy Sarstead, which is silly bastard. Hick Dead, which is dickhead, and then there's Funtcase. And I had to choose one of those three just because I was like, I'm not going to do dubstep, am I? So I might as well just make a jokey name.
Yeah.
I stuck with Funtcase. So yeah.
That's funny.
Look what happens when you say yes.
I mean, it's a good thing because you can Google it and the only thing you'll find is me.
Mm-hmm. Super unique. No one else has that name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Good shit.
And also it's spelled with an S on case for saying as you like spelling as you hear it, rather than if it was fun with a Funtcase and then C, like CACE, it would be fun. People would say, "Is it case or cake?"
Funtcase.
Or Funtcase. It was like, they would never say it in the right way. So you say Funtcase because you read it that way, therefore it becomes a name. So it's Funtcase.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, this is a good question from Concentratesdubs, who you know.
Oh God, my dude.
He is really curious.
Right.
How did you create the IHOP sauce, and can you please tell us the ingredients?
I can't tell you these things, man. This is the secrets, man. The secret IHOP sauce. You can't know these things. IHOP is my thing. Like, when I first came to America in 2011, a friend of mine in LA took me to IHOP, and I was like mind blown. I was like, "There's a place for pancakes? We don't have this in England. It's not a thing." So I was like mind blown. Pancakes? What? So I used to go there all the time. I mean, I like IHOP. I don't go there constantly, but it's like a thing I like doing. And then but people are always like, there's way better places to go and stuff. So they're always trying to like go to Anne's Cafe on 5th and Retro or whatever. Like they're always trying to convince me, but I just like IHOP. It's the McDonald's of pancakes, isn't it? So
you don't like Waffle House?
So I went to Waffle House. I was taking a Waffle House in 2011 with do you remember Bear, the artist?
Bear?
BARE. Yeah, he's like an old dubstep artist. He went to Traffin House, I think, but I went with him and a bunch of other artists, and they took me there, and I went, and I was like, "Oh yeah, these waffles are good." Then someone fed me grits.
Oh,
and I have no idea what the fuck grits was. So I was like, "Sure, why not?" Fucking horrendous. I didn't like it at all. Nah, not a fan of grits. So that kind of put me off Waffle House. But,
yeah.
Ooh, some people are going to come after you after hearing this.
Hey, you can enjoy your grits. There's no, we're grits lovers out here.
You just pissed off the entire American South.
Yeah, don't piss me off, America.
Yeah.
DPMO.
Yeah. There's a reason why there's a huge obesity problem out here. IHOP.
Yeah.
Waffle house. All these chains.
Well, it's funny you mention that because there's some stuff in England that's been banned that's still in America. Like there's American foods which are banned in England. So Jolly Ranchers are banned.
Jolly Ranchers?
What?
Yeah, Jolly Ranchers got banned because of all the crap in the sweets, in the candy. Sorry, Mountain Dew got banned, and then we've got it back, but it's completely not at all not what it is in America. American Mountain Dew is the original. They changed up the
ingredients.
Yeah, because our food laws are quite strict, and America's is like, sure, you can eat shit.
Yeah, you can eat this red dye.
You can literally have cockroach pancakes. Have it.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, so
they're like, joke's on you, fat asses.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we're missing a lot of stuff. Like Lucky Charms, the cereal.
I could see it. I mean, how do you make those marshmallows? Those are not organic.
It's pure sugar, man. It's pure sugar.
Processed.
So we don't. It's way too much sugar in Mountain Dew and Jolly Ranchers and Lucky Charms. So we don't have that sort of stuff. So.
And it's not even like real sugar. It's like lab sugar. It's like like sucrose, usos, whatever.
Is it corn? What's that? That thing that Americans put in it? Is it corn syrup or I don't know? There's
fructose, high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah. We don't have that in England. That's not a thing. Like that's crazy.
It's in everything here.
Yeah. And I guess that's one part of the problem in America, isn't it? Those ingredients.
Yeah, no, it's getting out of hand over here, but
Dubstep foods.
That's
it. I'm going vegan.
Yeah.
All right. Jalen Evans, he's on our street team as well. He asks, I know it's an old song, but what is the creative process for Without?
Oh yeah. People have asked me this, but there wasn't really a creative process. It was like it was God. These things happen in my career that's like a coincidence. So I write all manners of music, right? And at the time of starting the Drop to Without, I was doing the remix to the Marilyn Manson Beautiful People track that I was doing. I was trying to work out a switch, and I made this bass, and the bass from Without is the bass that I just weirdly made in this track. And then I played this riff on the keyboard, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll lay this down. So I put it in a new project and put the same drums from the Beautiful People remix in it. And I was like, cool, and I just left it. And then, like, honestly, like a year went past, and I hadn't touched it. And I was writing other music. I always write a whole myriad of different types of music. I do like pop music and stuff just for fun. I don't give it to anyone. And then, like, so the intro to Without was like a sad pop thing I'd made, and I just wrote those chords and played it, and then I'd save that. And then one day I was making, I was going through my Dropbox or something, and I found the Drop to Without. I was like, oh, I should try and do something with this, I guess. And then I couldn't really work out an intro. And then I'd found the intro that I'd made from the sad pop song with like a splice vocal. It was called Rain, actually. And then I put that on the drop, and I was like, oh, cool. And then from there, it was like Without was made, but it was like two different things merged together and just happened and worked. So yeah.
Yeah, now it's like one of your most popular songs here. Crazy how that happens.
Literally, just before we started this interview, I tweeted, Without is about to surpass Borg.
Dude.
On Spotify.
Yeah, those are some numbers right there.
How big Borg was back in the day, like that's crazy to me. So yeah,
you got some commas.
And also, if people don't know this as well, this is Danny Poppet, the singer on Without, is the singer from Gold by Elenium and Excision.
No way.
Shallows. She's the singer from Shallows. So Shallows was her band.
How did I not put two and two together?
I see it.
She left Shallows. There was a whole thing with her manager and stuff, but she left Shallows and started doing her own project. Now she's a songwriter, but she's the singer for Gold. So when I was trying to find singers for Without, I think I'd asked, what's that? Nev or Neve?
Mm-hmm. I know who you're talking about.
So I tried to do something with her, and then I think I said someone else, and then Danny Poffit was the other one, but I couldn't work out who Danny Poffit was. I just said I wanted the singer from Gold. Yeah. So my manager did some research and found out that she's, so sick. Yeah, man, it worked out amazing.
Yeah, who knew?
All right, last one here. Unimaginable Music 1. What motivates you to do what you do at the level you perform?
I'm an entertainer at heart. That's my main go-to. I've always been an entertainer. I've always loved making people smile. I've always loved seeing big reactions in crowds for my own happiness, really. I think it's making other people happy makes me happy. So I think that's where it stems from. So because I still get good crowd reactions and still, people still say they're happy with what I'm doing and they love what I do, that drives me to keep going, I guess. I mean, that's not, I've never been asked that question in that way, but I think that is probably the answer to it. I think that's, if you're a therapist, that's what I'm telling you. Other people happy makes me happy. That drives me to keep going. Yeah.
At the level that you do it.
Yes. I don't know what the level part is, but yeah.
That's like your TED Talk right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Welcome.
Cool. Yeah, those are some great questions. Thanks to everyone who submitted. So we're moving into the lightning round, dude. These are going to be quick. You can just spit out your answers. We're just going to plow through 8 of them.
Boom, let's go.
Mac or PC?
PC. I used to be Mac, but PC is just better for gaming. I'm a big gamer.
Okay, but what games do you like?
Right now I play a lot of Rocket League or League of Legends, unfortunately. For my sanity. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a PC girl as well.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm on that M2 MacBook life.
I mean, MacBook is incredible, and the laptops are incredible, and the M2 is amazing, and the battery life is unrivaled. But man, they're so annoying to fix. If there's a problem, you don't know what the fuck to do. There's like 700 forums for one fix. It's just Windows is so easy to fix, and it's just better in gaming. So yeah.
True that. All right. What's the strangest venue you've ever performed at that you can remember?
Strangest. People always ask me what's the coolest venue. Strangest.
Like Phase One told us that he played in a jail one time.
Did he?
Yeah, in Australia.
Was he in jail at the same time as well?
I wouldn't be surprised.
DJ Phase One.
Strangest.
During lunch.
I don't know about strange. I'm sure I've played in a lot of strange places. I don't know offhand. The coolest is like a Colosseum in Rome, in Romania. In a Colosseum in Romania. Yeah. I guess that's strange.
That is strange.
I think Red Rocks is kind of a strange venue. Do you not think? I mean, it's cool as fuck, but it's pretty strange how perfect it is for what it is. You know, doesn't make sense.
I always question how those rocks formed, like underwater with just sand randomly landing like that.
I mean, for it to be like perfect. I mean, I don't know if it's been humanly done, but for them to be so perfectly acoustically made in that way, for people to just stand and be like the sound is just contained. Like, is that aliens or is that us or did it just happen? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, see, we're gonna have to drive down there and investigate.
Please do.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially the tunnel.
Yeah.
Have you signed your name down there in the tunnel?
I have. Me and Cookie signed it in 2018, I believe.
Aww,
so yeah, we're there. We're on the stairs.
Good shit. Forever.
Yeah. Damn straight.
Who are your producer best friends?
Best friends? Oh, fucking hell. Sweet Tooth. Well, as much as I hate him, Sweet Tooth, I guess, is one of my best mates. Versa is, I guess, one of my best mates. If you're talking like, okay, so there's 2 different types of best mates. There's like producer best mates who you produce with and speak to on Discord and show tracks to. And there's producer mates who are producers, but you just hang out all the time as mates. So like Sweet Tooth's like, we do music stuff as well, but we generally play games together and hang out. Murder is one of my good mates as well. Versa, of course. I mean, all my boys on DPMO, man, they're all family. So as much as cringe as it might sound, they literally are family, and I make sure that that's the case. So I guess all my DPMO boys as well.
Love it.
Yeah, there's so many people. So yeah, and also there's a guy also from a producer called Joker.
Okay,
he's an old school producer. He wrote a really big track called Tron. If you know about Joker, that's one of my best friends in music as well. So yeah, and I'm still friends with Rusco. There's loads of old school guys I'm still friends with. Yeah, I'm just friends with everyone, man. That's what I like.
Hell yeah. Shout out to all those guys. What is one country that you want to play in that you haven't yet?
I've never played. It used to be Mexico, but I played there for Jessica Waterfred's event. I've only ever played Mexico once, though.
Oh, yeah, Madhouse.
My entire career. Mexico's amazing. That was amazing. Yeah. I actually fucking love that so much. And the people were amazing. Where else? Where have I not played? Oh, it used to be Japan. That happened already. I didn't play Korea. I think it's a case of like, I want to play there because I think it would be cool and different because I've played in so many countries, weird countries. I think.
Have you played in like Thailand?
No, I haven't played Thailand. I actually haven't played Thailand. I haven't played Thailand or Korea. Okay. South Korea, notably. Obviously.
North Korea, maybe you'd be stuck there, dude.
Yeah, hit me up, Kim. Let's go.
Yeah, Kim.
Yeah, no, I guess some of those places because I'm a big fan of Asia. I've got a Japanese tattoo on the side of my. I don't know if you can see that. There's a Japanese tattoo on the side of my neck. It's in Japanese. I'm a big fan of Asia in general, really, just the culture and what they're about. I've played in so many weird places. Where have I not? I'd like to play in somewhere like Sweden or Denmark because I'd love to just go there. You know?
Yeah.
I played in Finland. That was once. That was a weird thing.
Ooh, Finland.
Yeah, it was snowy as hell, but they got on with it. It was like 3 feet of snow, and they were just living life. Like it's just
they thrive in those conditions.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They just live in it, so they're just about it. But yeah, I
dog
guess...
sled to the rave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yo, that should be a thing. We should do that.
That would be cool.
We should do a rave on the bottom of the hill, and to get in, you have to park at the top of the hill and then sled down to the festival.
Ooh, we could do that in Colorado.
Yeah. Oh, Copper Mountain.
Yeah.
Go to the top of Copper Mountain and then meet us at the bottom for a festival.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Yeah.
They pretty much have that at Tomorrowland Winter, but you ski or snowboard to the stages. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I think there's another. I think there's a few winter things like snow bang or snow blind or something. I don't know.
Well, events. Then there's X Games too, which is actually on the resort.
Oh, right. Crazy.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's Snow Globe. Yeah.
Disco Donnie, Insomniac, all you guys, make sure you let us know. Let's do a winter festival where we have to slide down to the stage.
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to hit them up after this.
Yeah.
Do it.
Better make this happen or you're arrested.
True.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on stage?
Embarrassing. I've tripped over a lot, but I trip over a lot because I can't see. Because like these this is like looking through tights, but like when it's a dark club, these go almost black, so you can't really see a lot. So I think there is a video. It's not embarrassing to me because I know it wasn't embarrassing, but it's embarrassing because people think a different thing of what happened. So I played in Rampage in 2020 during COVID in Germany, and the stage was constantly spinning, but it was constantly rotating on a plinth. So you're on stage and it was an arena. And obviously because it was COVID, they had to be separate. So everyone was stood in these little separate areas in this massive like surrounding arena. And you're on a spinning plate. And I was like, I dropped my first track. And bearing in mind, this is my first gig since like the start of 2020. Or this might have even been 2021. I don't know. But it was like a year since I played a show. So I was like super hyped. So I dropped my first track. I went nuts. And my heel hit the back of a monitor and I fell over. People think I fell over because I hit myself in my head with my knee, but I didn't, because I definitely didn't knee myself in the head. But I did a jump. I went like this, and I jumped down. And as I jumped down, I sort of fell backwards, and then I fell over the monitor. But people think I kneed myself in the head. So people think I like knocked myself out.
Your high knees.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I didn't hit myself, and people are going to argue with it. I know what happened. I fell over the monitor. You can see, but yeah, people think I hit myself in the head, so that's pretty embarrassing. But
ooh, we're gonna have to get that and slow it down in slow mo.
Yeah. Oh God.
Open up a case file on this.
Yeah.
Oh man, no.
You didn't fall off the platform though, did you?
No. Platform is huge. That was weird though, because every time you DJ, you'd look up and you're looking at a different section of the arena, different crowd. It's very strange.
Like a mind fuck, yeah.
Yeah, so weird.
All right, next one here. What is your pre-show routine?
Stretch. As fuck. I have to stretch or I'm fucking tense for a week at least. I'm so dead. I have to stretch my neck, my arms, my shoulders. Yeah, so, and also 10 minutes before I go on, I put the mask on and I kind of get into Funtcase mode because I'm not James. This is not the same person as I am in here. You're speaking to James with a Funtcase mask on right now. When I'm on stage, it's like an entertainment mode. We're switching personalities. So yeah, I have to get into the zone like 10 minutes beforehand.
Yeah, mental reset.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who are some upcoming artists you think deserve more recognition?
Oh God, there's so many. I have a Dropbox of tracks that I'm trying to sign for the future, and there's so many artists. Who do I think needs more recognition? Who do I think? I think the resurgence of Murder should be noted, and I know he's a known artist, but I feel like he's been away for nearly 4 years, guys. Like he disappeared for personal reasons, but he's been away for so long, and he's back, and I think he needs to be heavily noted that he's back, because he's probably writing some of the best music I've ever heard from him right now, like actually, and he just writes, every track is ridiculous. So
I might have to do a feature on him.
Yeah, honestly, I can hook you guys up, no problem.
I actually was going to meet up with him when I was in London this summer, but it fell through. Yeah, we were going to meet up, but next time.
Yeah. You know who does deserve? I know he's another known name. Just off the top of the head, Akira needs to be more like he needs to be out and doing stuff.
I've been hearing that name a lot more recently.
I mean, he writes some bangers, but he's just not out in America, so he's not really getting the shine, which is a struggle.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh, Joe B. People know about Joe B, but people also don't know about Joe B. Joe B or Job, some people think it's called.
I know the name, but I don't know the music.
Oh, he's ridiculous. Blank Space. People know about Blank Space.
Blank Space is the homie.
But he's so talented, dude. He needs to be involved. Autumn Hate is now starting to get some shine. I would have said him, but people are starting to know about him now. Mad Dubs is now out in America.
He's playing in Denver this weekend.
Oh, is he? Yeah. Jakui and Sisto, my boys, they're also coming up on DPMO. I mean, Sisto's released, but Jakui's about to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, man, there's so many names, but I think they're all kind of scattered on my computer, so I can't really find. Claybrook. Look out for Claybrook.
Oh, okay. That's the one you mentioned at the beginning, right? Or
yeah, Clay like the rock, and then Brook like BROOK, Claybrook. He writes they call it UKG. I don't know if you know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
He writes UKG for 4-star stuff, but he also writes really cool dubstep. There's a track he released for free called Stone Cold Dub. Go and listen to that. It's fucking amazing. Infect's like playing the shit out of it right now.
On it.
Adding it to the queue.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. I don't even know if it's on Spotify though, but I know he released it for free. Maybe he's selling it.
SoundCloud. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on Spotify.
Yeah, Stone Cold Dub by Claybrook. Infect is like playing it like massively. Murder's playing it too in his sets.
If Infect plays it, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, exactly. That should be on a t-shirt.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, those are some names. I mean, that's not so lightning because I've got so many names to be involved with. But yeah, you'll start seeing these names on DPMO. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Hamro. Shout out for my boy Hamro.
Yes.
So good. We actually saw Hamro back-to-back Blank Space at Summoning a couple weeks ago.
Hey, there you go. The DPMO family right there.
In the cave.
Yeah. It was lit. Definitely going to arrest Hamro.
I need to be at a Summoning, man. I feel like I fit that general, like...
You didn't play it already last year?
I've never played a Summoning, no.
It was really fun.
I feel like I deserve to be there just because of my look. Like, I feel like I fit in that festival, you know? So
completely.
Put me in a cave, man. Let's go.
All right, Danny, put this guy in a cave now.
Yeah. Or arrest on death.
Oh, he's on the most wanted list for sure.
Oh, damn. Okay, fair enough.
We know he's up to something.
All right. Well, this is our toughest question. I'm sure you know what to expect here.
Oh, God.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, no. I remember this. Wait. Who didn't phase one? Right. Didn't you say Funtcase to phase one or something?
I think so.
Oh, I think he said marry or something. I don't know. It was a good thing.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
Yeah. We had this conversation, are you going to be a good cook, like good husband? So.
Right. I know everyone pretty well. So this will be quite a detailed Funtcase.
So yeah,
marry, avoid.
We got 3 people here. So it's going to be a tough one. So again, fuck, marry, kill, sweet tooth, murder, versa.
Oh, shit. Kill sweet tooth because he annoys the hell out of me. I love you, Devin, but you know you annoy me.
Bye, Devin.
No. Fuck versa. Because that's my boy. But murder is the most lovable man you've ever met in your fucking life. He's the softest soul, so you have to marry him. So yeah, it has to be that. And it's only because they're all 3 of those guys are my good friends. So Devin's annoying as hell, so you can get a kill. Versa is my boy, but he's also slightly annoying, so you can get a fucking murder is the loveliest man ever. So there you go. Murder
is also a fellow UK boy.
He is.
Keeping it in the fam.
Yeah, he's literally like 40-minute drive down from where I live. He's not too far.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, Chrissy and I are going to try and make it out to Rampage next year.
Oh, are you?
Be like July. It's in July, right?
I don't know.
Open air? Or...
I almost feel like you're trying to pry some information out of me that I'm not supposed to pry. Oh,
you know
what date it is, right? What's the exact date that you might be playing?
No, what's the exact date?
I mean, open air is usually during July, and I don't know when the main arena one is. I think usually it's March, April time, or February sometimes. Yeah,
I saw them announcing stuff for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I genuinely don't know anything because I haven't been.
And there's one out here in the US.
I've got a calendar, so on my phone. I literally couldn't see my phone because it's black. On my phone, I have a calendar of all my shows, and usually I have, if something's coming up, it'll be TBC in my calendar. There's nothing for Rampage genuinely. So that doesn't mean I'm not playing it. It just means that we don't know anything yet. So
not solidified.
That's yes. So I have to just put that out there.
For the record, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. Well, we know there's one coming out here in the US, Rampage. So
that's true. I actually knew about this a year ago. He told me he was planning to do it. So it's good. It's good to see it being formulated. So it'll be interesting to see because I've seen quite a lot of people say they don't want Rampage in America. They want to keep it as a European thing. I don't know why, but
I think it depends. Like it'll be received differently depending on if they do D&B or dubstep or rhythm. Like depending on what kind of music.
I mean, they switch it up. They have all kinds of music there, but I think drum and bass right now is having a little moment. I think so. Might be a good timing, to be honest.
We shall see.
Cool.
Well, that concludes the lightning round.
That's it.
You survived. Barely.
I wonder how upset Devin is right now.
Oh, he'll be hearing about this.
Like, bruh, I fucking hate you.
He's going to take to Twitter. You better be ready.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he does like his Twitter.
He's going to raise hell, but don't worry. I'll take good care of him. when I go to
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Out, man. Get the cuffs out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're gonna arrest him for sure. And we also challenged him that he has to double every single drop, basically. So
fucking hell. All right. Getting his money.
He almost did it at something. We actually arrested him because he didn't double every drop. He missed 3.
He missed 3.
Yeah. He didn't drop.
So I think
double 3.
I think I do about 5 doubles in my set, and I think I go through nearly 50 tracks in a set. So he's going to be playing quite a lot of music in that set. To be honest,
he's gladly accepting the challenge.
Man out. You're wearing him out early. He's going to be dead by in 2 years.
I thought he liked working out though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's for his own good.
Yeah. We should get him to do squats on stage while he DJs.
Down, yes, with weights and shit.
Yeah.
We need to get him like a trampoline or something because he's always jumping. So I feel like it'd be hilarious for him to like jump really high.
Dude, he would get extra high knees if he's on a trampoline. Yeah. He'd be like his legs would go way beyond the CDJs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be so weird.
That's so funny.
Have you seen that video of Michael Jackson doing the Super Bowl in like the early 90s?
No.
He comes out of like this. I think is it PSY, the guy who did Gangnam Style? There's a video of him jumping on this platform that like fires through the middle of a stage and he jumps up in the air.
Here we go.
Obviously the platform pushes him and he jumps. So maybe that's a thing Sweet Tooth could do just to get high knees on the stage.
That would be some good content right there.
Yeah. Well, do you have any last things to say for our audience?
Go listen to my new fucking EP, you bastards. It's called what's it called? I don't know what it's called. It's called Next Chapter Part 2. It's the follow-up EP from the one Without was on. There's a track on there called Save Yourself, which is like the follow-up to Without, which is with Leah Culver.
Here we go. I see it.
Go have a lovely listen. There's also some really aggressive, angry dubstep on it. 1 drum and bass track and 1 bass house track on it. Go fucking listen to my shitty music. And then I'll see you on stage.